Good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to do a video. This is for all the women that are suffering with pelvic floor issues. Um, okay, so uh, what happened to me was I was, what's the word, sexually assaulted in 2010. And sorry, I'm sweating because I'm in Sri Lanka. It's very hot here. And this twisted my hip because there was a lot of pressure put on my hip. And because of how long I was fighting, there was a lot of tension in my pelvic floor. And I don't know if you get, yeah, okay. Like tension in my pelvic floor, there's just a lot of issues here. And I was told to see a pelvic floor therapist. And I really didn't want a stranger going into there to do massage. And that's why I went to Peru to do ayahuasca, because I heard that ayahuasca would help with relieving some of this tension, that ayahuasca was good for PTSD, post-traumatic stress. And I drank ayahuasca 37 times. And even though I had some amazing insights and amazing journeys with ayahuasca, and I learned a lot, it didn't help with the physical symptoms that I was experiencing. I was able to do a lot of forgiveness in my head of the different incidences that happened in my life, whether it was with my biological father or with the rapist, or I was able to understand many different things, but it didn't help my physical symptoms. I still had the pelvic floor issue. But what was fortunate is that I met a lady, Candace. In my video section, I interviewed her, and she was the one that taught me trauma release exercises in Peru. So this was about 2 years ago. And it took me this long to actually start doing them. So I started doing them in Ukraine last year around October. And then I started October, November, and I realized, so I'm able to induce what trauma release exercises are, is a way to induce shaking in our body. So the reason why animals do not carry tension or trauma in their bodies is because after an attack, they're able to shake it off. So we have the capacity to do that as well, but we have forgotten, or nobody has really taught us how to shake the stress away, shake the trauma away, shake the tension away. And through trauma release exercises, there's 7 exercises that you do to induce your body to shake. I actually only do 2 or 3. I do like some light stretching on the yoga mat. As you can see, there's a yoga mat down there. Maybe I'll show you the exercises another day. So I do some light stretching, and then I do a half bridge, and then I do butterfly, like my knees go into butterfly. And just from that, and then when I put my knees like this, and then my legs already start to shake. And then I figure out exactly where to put my knees. Like, should they be open all the way? Should they be closed? All the way. Usually they shake like right here when my knees are right here, or like right here. And then that's when I realized that my hip started to fix itself. It was really painful in the beginning when I was in Ukraine last year, October, November. But I realized my hip is pushing itself back out through this shaking exercise. And so when I came to Sri Lanka, I started the trauma release exercises again in March. It's now April, around in March. And now I barely have any pain in my left hip. It feels like it's back in place. And also the pain the stress and the trauma and the hardness that I had in my pelvic floor, my left side was extremely tight. Seems like a lot of that tension that I've had for the last 13 years, since 2010. Well, the pain started showing up in my pelvic floor 2013 when I was coming out of the military. And back then I thought I had cancer. It took me a while to learn to realize that, the body keeps the score. Like, I have this book here. Hold on a second. So it took me a while. It was through my master's program that I finally learned about this. The body does keep the score. And some people say, oh, the trauma is it's in your brain, it's in your head. That's partly true. You have to let go of the incident in your head. You have to forgive. But your body keeps memory of what happened as well. So you have to work on both sides. You have to get it out of your head, forgive, let go, but then you also have to release it in the body. And so these shaking exercises, literally just two things. I do half bridge, and then I do butterfly, and then after that, I put my knees together and they start shaking on their own. So you can look into it. I'll try to post videos about how I did. But basically, I realigned my left hip. I got rid of 80% of the tension in my pelvic floor. And I feel like my body is finally going back on track. And so believe that your pelvic floor can be healed. I know there's a lot of women struggling out there and they have a pelvic floor therapist or they're taking pills. Try these exercises out. Try to do them every day, if not every day, every second day, and you will see that your body has a way of going back to neutral, going back to where it was before. It just needs to shake the incident off, shake the stress off. And we carry a lot of stress, like from childhood even, and it's all in our groin area. It's all in this area. It's all in our legs, groin area, hips area. Hip flexors, and all of this needs to be shaken out. And so believe that it can happen. I'll try to do a video of how I do it, and you can see, sometimes you'll see my right hand shaking, sometimes you'll see my left hip trying to push itself out. But know that healing is possible. I have gone through 13 deaths in my life, the sexual assault, a lot of moving, military. I've been through a lot, but healing is possible. If you just, I'm a firm believer in nature, in mantras, and sunshine. That's why I came to Sri Lanka. There's a beautiful ocean here. Earthing. I think it's like the fact that I'm repairing my body, finally giving a chance to repair my body. It takes like a whole scenario. Like I'm swimming, I'm also earthing 1 to 2 hours on the beach. Sometimes I take surfing lessons. I'm also meditating. I'm also doing TRE. I do slight stretching. Sometimes I do yoga. And so sometimes for all the females out there that are healing, that are on a healing journey, you need to give yourself a couple of months in a place like this, in Sri Lanka, or somewhere pretty where you're not working, where you're not stressed out, where you can just focus on your body and what it needs. You're also not taking a lot of caffeine. There isn't a lot of distractions or deadlines. And then you begin to listen to what your body needs. Your body will tell you what it needs. Does it need to swim? Does it need to run? Does it need to do yoga? Do you need to shake things off? Do you feel the need to shake things off your body? Do you feel heavy? And so for anyone that's on a healing journey out there, take 2 to 3 months off. Go to a place like this, such as Sri Lanka. Or if you could see, you'll see, like, I have monkeys. I have monkeys that come on my roof every day. Come to a place where Gaia is at 1,000%, and where you can do a lot of earthing, where you can focus on your body, and you're like, okay, I'm going to listen to my body. What does my body need? And then you'll be closer to healing. So it's not about pills. It's not about, hiring a bunch of therapists and spending thousands of money. A lot of times, just the combination of ayahuasca to help with the mental part of it, letting go of mental, because with ayahuasca, it explained a lot to me. Like, I had a lot of judgment about my biological father. Like, why did he treat me this way? And then ayahuasca explained this is the way he was treated by his mother. And then after that, I didn't hate him anymore. It's like, oh, well, how can he actually love me when he wasn't taught how to love, when he wasn't loved? And from that, you can let it go. You don't hold any grudges. And then the same thing with the rapist. Like ayahuasca explained to me, That was a little bit different. I was told that there was a lot of dark energy because I actually felt like I saw a demon for the first time in my life. And I was told there was a huge influx of dark energy coming onto the planet in that year, and that that was a part of that. Um, and so when you look at it from that perspective, you cannot blame him, and you cannot have anger. It's just okay. It's dark energy that was coming down. That's what I witnessed. That's why my heart broke. So once you can not rationalize it, but figure it out mentally and let go of any hatred or resentment, you can do the work in the physical part. And I think that's why, I was told your work with ayahuasca is done. Now your path is that of a yogi. That was the last ayahuasca journey that I had. And I also felt really called to come to Sri Lanka. And I think being here is a big part of healing my body because the ocean here is so beautiful, warm water, and because this island is filled with so many crystals. So crystals also help with our healing. And so that's what I wanted to share. And if you have any questions, you can write in the comments below. But you can heal your pelvic floor. You just have to listen to your body and do these trauma release exercises. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye for now.